Bitcoin hoodie guy coming back with another Caspa video. Oh no, it's 10.5 cents. What am I going to do? I'm going to keep hodling. Not financial advice. That's my plan. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to stick to it. That's the tough thing when the market starts going and this is popping, that's popping, this is going down. People are getting scared. They're wanting to move over here. I'm just staying in my lane, and right here you can see grayscale. The chairman Barry Silbert resigns, succeeded by Mark Shiftke or Schiffke, Mark Schiffke. So people are speculating maybe that's clearing the way. Maybe the SEC didn't want Barry Silbert in there, and so with the Bitcoin spot ETF, who knows? But right here it says Bitcoin spot ETF inflows could dwarf all 150 crypto ETPs, and that's the thing, is the biggest capital markets in the United States. So at some point, right here, you can see the hash rate for Caspa 131. So the video today, I said Caspa's number 2. It's staying there at number 2, the second most profitable, proof of work mining blockchain. It's looking good. Only 23% left inflation. And I was thinking, it's been pretty close to Doge. When it was up to 15 cents, it had a pretty good lead over Doge. But, they're going pretty neck and neck at $1.3 million, a little over. And so I was just thinking about Dogecoin, though. Dogecoin's been around forever. So what's it been, 2013 or something that Dogecoin came out? And so when you look at that, the fact that Caspa, which is younger, came out last year, is still the second most profitable mining project outside of Bitcoin. And Doge has been around for 10 years. So, which is basically forever in crypto world, so it's a dinosaur. It's been around here forever. And so that to me says a lot about Caspa. I just thought about that before this video, is that, I know that, I point out that it's, Doge did flip it, but then Caspa's back. But Doge has been around forever. And, that means that Caspa is, outseated someone. And you can say that, Doge is just a meme coin. It is proof of work. They did get Doginals and ordinals on Doge, inscriptions, and you got the world's richest guy that sometimes tweet about it. Maybe he's not tweeting about it much anymore because of his lawsuit. So to me, that's exciting thought. And when you got all this stuff brewing in the background, the overall crypto space, you also have lots of negative articles here, and who cares about Forbes? There's lots of negative information that's meant to push the price down. And you can see that the price is going down, 42.5, it's down 2.5%, pretty much everything in the top except for BNB is up, and I'm not exactly sure why BNB is going up, but it's going up. Polygon's going up. Apparently Mark Cuban's selling some. But, just because someone famous and a big name sells a project, even like Vitalik selling a little bit of Ethereum, Vitalik, when he sells some Ethereum, it's usually small and compared to the 10.7 billion daily volume. So I don't see how much Matic that Mark Cuban had, but Matic's doing $1.6 billion in volume today. So even if he sold $100 million, that wouldn't even be 10% of the daily volume. So if Mark Cuban sold $5 or $10 million of Matic, that's a drop in the bucket. So, there's a lot going on in the crypto space, but anyways, that you just never know about some of these negative articles. Arthur Hayes said TradFis can destroy Bitcoin. BlackRock, sometimes these things are made so that people sell their Bitcoin off or they move it to something else. They can load up on Bitcoin, but if these Bitcoin spot ETFs get approved, they're going to need to hold Bitcoin. So I don't see how that's not going to make the price go up. There's less than 2 million Bitcoin on exchanges right now. So yeah, I think that'll eventually, the money printer will, get trickled back to Caspa. It's hanging there at number 38. Most of the market, and Stacks is doing pretty good today. Render is doing good. So there's a few projects doing good, but for the most part, it's there's blood in the market today. Hodl Dom, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing good. As we're hodling right here, hodling Caspa. I know some people that watch, they really like Yoda, and that thing is just basically going sideways. $393,000 liquidity, $10 million market cap, super degen play. And I guess Anolis, which is Solana backwards, which I didn't realize when I made the video yesterday. So I look like a big dummy, but that's okay. So which is funny because there is anal OS, but it's Solana backwards. And that looks like it might, I haven't checked it out much today. So it's pulled back 50%. So that's what you get in meme coins. You'll get, you get a big rise and then you get a big pullback. So man, they're super risky. I guess that's okay. That's showing it's up 20% all time. So those guys, Solana backwards, but then you're also getting the word anal in there when you had cock in you and all those other ones. And I know the Jesus coin, some people like that Jesus coin. The guy apparently they're not burnt, but they're just locked up like 80% of the supply. Someone pointed out that when you burn, if the tokens aren't in supply and you burn them, then it doesn't really affect the price that much. But that token went down a lot. So you just got to be careful on meme coins. Most people are better off just putting it into larger cap projects, blue chips, and you could have something like Caspa that's not necessarily a blue chip right now, has more room to run at 38. If it could make the top 20, top 10 on this next bull run, it's got a lot of legs to go. And so a lot of this is patience, man. And there's going to be a lot of projects that just go up, Stacks probably isn't bad. Layer 2 for Bitcoin. There's going to be a lot of liquidity in Bitcoin, and just depends on how much risk reward you want. But pretty much most of these projects are going to go up. Now, some are going to go up more than others, just like Solana's up 1,000% versus 150 and, for Bitcoin, 150 for 144 for Cardano, 300%. Obviously Caspa's up a lot the last year. Hodl Dom says, can't wait for spot Bitcoin the spot approval soon. From what I see, it seems like it could be like in January maybe. And so it looks like things are really gearing up. And, I don't know if people are scared or if people think that Bitcoin is going to get wrecked, but there might be some temporary downflow. But at some point, they're going to have to, maybe they already have a bunch of Bitcoin, but if not, they're going to have to buy it. And they make most of their money on management fees and the transaction fees. So, I think it's going to be big, who knows? You could go on and see all sorts of different, BlackRock is seeding its ETF. This is 7 hours ago by Crypto Lark. So let's see what these said. BlackRock seeding ETF with $10 million. Meme coin gamblers, look what they need to mimic our fraction of our power. So $10 million is not a lot of money. So I guess they're making fun of them. But I think that's going to be big. That's going to be big for the overall space. It doesn't matter what project you're in. And eventually the capital will flow back into Caspa. In my opinion, you might have your opinion, but I do think it's a matter of time. And the fact that you have the hash rate that keeps growing, and who knows? I think the top address is KuCoin, if you had to ask me. And then there's these purges. So I don't know what's going on with these purges of addresses. So I don't know what that's about really. But this number one wallet so far it's gotten all of its, at least that I've seen, it's got all of its Caspa from a KuCoin wallet. So it's hard to believe that's just not another KuCoin wallet that hasn't been tagged, but hopefully it's some listing. So for me, there's this perfect storm of events. You got the Bitcoin spot ETF, you have the halving, you have probably the chance that they're going to lower interest rates. Maybe you're going to have maybe the government print more money, like, they hit record inflation. Record debt. US is record debt. So it just hit $33.9 trillion. And so all that combined figures there's going to be more liquidity, perfect storm for Bitcoin, which is better for most other cryptos, especially if it's a solid project. You got someone that founded it like Jonathan Saplinsky, and you got people working on the Rust developments. And you got, things like the 10 blocks per second, a lot of exciting technology. And that's what people will get excited about. This is going to be Caspa's first bull run. Look what it already did in the bear market. So, man, it's exciting times if you ask me. I think that And so sometimes you just got to step back at the portfolio. I think one of these days I'm going to make a video. I'm not going to look at anything. I'm not even that day. I'm not even going to look at any of my portfolio. If you're not day trading or swing trading and you just got your stuff you're hodling, man, and I don't know, but you probably already do it. But for me, okay, do I need to check my portfolio 5 or 10 times a day? No, I'm going to have some days where I got my Bitcoin, I got my Cardano, I got my Caspa, I got my Bitcoin punks, I got a couple of small positions and a couple other things. And I don't need to look at it every day. It's going to be better for my mental health. I don't know how you are, but um, I do like keeping track of Caspa to see what's going on. Kind of keep my finger on the pulse. Looks like there's one whale the last hour, and yeah, I mean addresses are looking good overall. They're growing. Sometimes there's like a purge here. I don't know what that's about. It might be the algorithm that's collecting this data or something like that. You got the hash rate that's growing. It's constantly growing, so the difficulty is getting harder. The hash rate's going up here, 131. Eventually, it's going to be permanently over 131. So you got a hash rate looking like that. It's more profitable than Doge. It's been around for 10 years. So those are all bullish signs, in my opinion. And you just gotta hang tight, and you gotta let some of this happen. I know, and just try not to force anything. It's good to pay attention. Projects, maybe you can find some hidden gem that you put a small amount of money in. There's going to be better projects than other projects. Things are going to outperform Bitcoin. But if you're just patient, it's like a running back in American football. Sometimes if they let the blockers block and they're patient, there'll be an opportunity for a hole for them to run through. And so sometimes if you try to force it too much, you're like, oh man, Caspa's not pumping. I got to run over to Bonk. I got to run to this. And all of a sudden your bag just keeps getting smaller. And so right now I basically got my eyes set on 2025. Now, it doesn't mean that I might not do something before then, but I really have my sights set on some point in 2025. I think there's going to be a blow off top, whether it's the middle of 2025, October. Typically it's about 18 months after the halving, which should be in April. So we just got to be patient. You can see right here, they're saying basically based off 110 days to the halving, based off 9.42 minutes average block time with 16,933 blocks remaining. So stay bullish, my friends. Let me know what your strategy with Caspa is. Are you looking to load up more? And, are you hoping that it dips down under 10 cents so you can load up more sub 10 cents? Or do you think that we're just days away from Bitcoin spot ETF and the whole landscape of crypto might be changed forever? So thanks for watching. Have a good day and stay bullish, my friends.